just want to say that silver right now, if you actually had to take a choice, up or down, it's probably going to sit sideways a while. That's what I'm thinking. But I think most of the people that were in the short positions before, and it was dangerous for them, I think they're unloaded. They've already unloaded the positions, and they're probably going along. Like the big banks, J.P. Morgan, and all that stuff. I don't think they're holding as much short positions as before. And it's almost like the consensus is in silver crowd that it can go lower, and then it'll go lower. But I almost smell that the people that were short, that are short now, are going to get creamed. It may not right away. It might take a couple months before it starts going up. And it might go down just a little bit more. I don't know. But I think the people holding the short positions now are going to get creamed. And those aren't the people that were holding the short positions before, like J.P. Morgan. That's what I think's going on. I'm not going to put something out like saying that the silver price should be higher because of the fundamentals and the mines and all this stuff, and it's been money for so many thousands of years. I'm just thinking about what the guys in the top probably have done. All commodities are down, actually. It's copper, oil. Oil's down, not a lot, but somewhat. But copper's down. Every commodity's down. Even the agricultural commodities are down, even though there's major problems with food shortages and, growing crops due to all the droughts that went on and stuff, and problems with a lot of different things, actually. But if you look last year with silver, it was like... the mood was really, really bad. And then all of a sudden it started going up. It's almost like, that inverse correlation between the mood and what the market's actually going to do. That's how Mark Farber seems to make his money. It's like you really can't go by that all the time. But it's almost like when everybody starts thinking something, they're in the wrong. And right now, a lot of people think silver can go a lot lower. I think that... And I'm just doing this right from sense, if you want to put it that way. But I think the guys that were short on silver had all the short contracts. See, in other words, it's lopsided. There's a lot less short contracts than long contracts now. The smart money's going long. Actually, the little silver investors and make YouTube videos are probably the dumb ones, because the consensus is right now, a lot of people think it's going to go a lot lower. It might not. But, whether you hold cash or you bet short, if it goes up, you lost out. But, from 22 to 30, that's a big jump if it jumps up that much percentage-wise. But, hey. Anyway, the thing is with, I want to talk something else, too, about, like, sellouts. I think there's people that are sellouts and stuff. They could be bought and paid. Now, somebody could pay me to say something, but I'd probably stick them in the back. I'll say that right now. See, I don't play direct frontal assault too much, even though I'm revealing this right now by saying it's direct frontal assault. But, if somebody wanted to bribe me, I'd probably take the money, do the shit, and stick them in the back and get them back. That's probably how I'd work it. But, I want to talk about sellouts, because actually I think a lot of people hold fiat money, or kind of sellouts too, playing the game in the system. Or stocks and all this type of stuff. I put something out about Bill Clinton here just a little while ago about, his illegitimate son. Now, I don't know if that's his, it probably is. It probably is. I'll get into a couple more facts here right now. But, the one thing I really never liked, actually, Bill Clinton would probably be pretty cool to hang around with, to tell you the truth, as a person. But, the one thing I never really liked about Bill Clinton was this. He's a sellout, in my opinion. He's a sellout. He can be bought and sold, and it's like that's why the major media, which is the powers that be, liked him. Like, they knew that deal with the child beforehand. They could have pulled the rug out from underneath him in a zillion different ways, but they chose, because he does their bidding. That's why I don't like the guy. But that story with his illegitimate son was probably legit all the way, because and not that, actually, to tell you the truth, I didn't vote for him for that. I did not vote for him, but it wasn't because of that. I mean, if I thought the guy was a stand-up guy and he had 12 illegitimate kids, and he was like, a fighter for like their justice and all this kind of shit, I can give a damn. That's the way I look at it, you know. But he's not. He's a sellout. But you know, that story's probably legit because you know, she said she was with him 13 times, and he was the only white guy she was with, right? And her friend said, you know, on like what do you call it, one of those lie detector tests, that all the events that transpired is just as you know, she said. He was there, and they had these get-togethers with, you know, several women and stuff like that, and he was screwing her and stuff, and she got pregnant, you know. So she said that stuff under like a lie detector test, and she, you know, it came out she was telling the truth according to the lie detector test. And then I look at this kid, I say, well, he sure looks like Bill Clinton. I said, damn, Bill. But you know, that's what I don't like about a lot of shit, because actually you see this in the professional fields, you see this with the banksters, you see this with the politicians, you see that with everybody, man. They're a bunch of sellouts, man. That's what's wrong with them. And you know, you got to play the game sometimes, because this is one reason I think Ron Paul is kind of like, something doesn't add up with him. Like, if I was a politician, I'd be playing a game, but I'd be sticking it to him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't come out and say to, like Ron Paul, I'm going to dismantle the Fed, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'd be pulling some other bullshit somehow, you know what I mean? You know, I wouldn't come out and try to say something that outlandish. You know, I'd say, well, we're trying to reform it. Then if I actually had the power to do something, I'd say, well, fuck it, it's done. You know what I mean? See, he plays like so much over the top, I suspect him. He's like, he's probably bought and sold some way, or he's just playing a game so it fits in. Actually, if you dig into a lot of shit, because actually this game with silver, it's being out-shrewding the guys that are banksters and all the other professional bureaucrats and shit like that. It's out-shrewding them. And you know, anybody who believes in financial instruments, especially a professional dork in a suit, I have to say this, you know. I got plenty of shit I can give you for work. I'll give you shovels, rakes, I don't know, saws, whatever the hell it is. I'll put you to work. You know, you can work for 12 hours or some shit. And I'll give you a piece of paper like this. I'll draw a symbol on it and say pays in full, you know, with a pyramid or some shit, and I'll give it to you. And thanks. Because basically, that's what they're doing to the average working class in the United States. I realize that, man. The average working class blue-collar worker is actually the ones that hold up the United States. They produce real goods. It's like these guys on Wall Street walk around like they're the freaking, they own the plantation, you know. Do this, do that, you know. Including the bitches, you know. Think they're freaking hot shit because they got an MBA or degree in some shit. I got education too, but I don't like talking like it. That's just how it is. So I'm like a little bit beyond real. So anyway, for this silver update, I just want you guys to keep in mind that you know, I wish I could say this for absolute fact, but the sentiment is so lopsided right now, and the fact that I think J.P. Morgan unloaded a lot of stuff, and if they got to settle any contracts, they could settle them cheap now with the price. I think they're all positioning themselves for it to moving up again. But it might take a few months before that starts happening. So, and then all again, you know, you got to look at the silver-gold ratio. It's lopsided as all hell. So when gold goes up, silver's going to take off like a bat out of hell on steroids. So just chill out. And if you want to stay in paper, please do. I don't care. I ain't here to save the world. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, stick with it, guys, you know, or girls, whatever, with the silver. It'll play out.